Oh, hi, lesbians. I'm chewing gum. You are listening to the Lesbian Mafia, and I am your host, Sandi, chewing gum that I know I'm supposed to take out of my mouth to record. But what I did was, I took a little handful of Tic Tacs and I put it all in for like a taste sensation, like all at once, you know what I mean? But really, I should have been trying to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner, and I don't even want to think about that right now. See, like Tic Tacs, I just found out because I Googled. In the back it says 0 calories for Tic Tacs. And if you're a little stupid like me and you say to yourself, oh my God, there's no calories in Tic Tacs, let me buy the giant one. But then you come home and you Google, and it is not true. Each Tic Tac has 2 calories. And the thing is, you know, the calorie count, or whatever you call it, nutrition facts, is that what it? Yeah, nutrition facts. They do not have to list what the calories are if it's less than 5 calories. So they can just legally lie. So I took the gum, 2 pieces, and then I took a little, 6 or 7 Tic Tacs, and I put it all in my mouth at the same time, and I chew it into the gum because then it reflavors the gum, and it's just an explosion of flavor in your mouth. Is this like a stupid commercial? Am I inadvertently doing a commercial? I'm sorry. It's not what I wanted. I wish Tic Tac would send me some money, please. Anyway, I think I've decided I'm going to be straight. I don't think I want to be a lesbian anymore, because I don't think, I just don't want to be lectured by some lesbo, because it just feels like that's all lesbians do, is lecture me about why I have to identify with a middle-aged man who has 7 kids and left his wife because he wants to wear a dress in public, and everybody has to stare at his bulge through his too tight skirt. I don't want to look at his bulge through his too tight skirt. What I'm going to do is I will change all of these shenanigans. I will change it up. I will go straight so fucking fast. I could do it. I could go straight. Why can't I go straight? I have Jerry down the hall. He's in love with me, and I've been avoiding him, trying to stay at it because he lives down the hall. I could go with Jerry. Jerry is a lovely man. He's always smiling. He's very handsome. Why couldn't I go with Jerry? He would take care of me. I could be a little lady. I could do that and become my mother, which is my worst fucking nightmare. He would take me out. But then, what about when the sex comes? Do you know what I mean? I need more than 10 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on. If there was a movement for men to become better lovers, I think that would be very helpful. But, yeah, I don't even think I like women anymore. They're so disgusting and stupid and ugly. And they're just as bad as men. They're even worse because they know they can get away with doing the most abhorrent things. Whereas men have been trained or conditioned, or they're just not as disgusting as women. I don't know which one it is. I just wish that this thing that you read on incel Twitter or incel Reddit, wherever these people congregate, you would think after 25 that women are just all by themselves. Nobody wants them. This is what you would think, just in the straight worlds, right? You would think that these poor bitches have no one to date and they're all lonely and their apartments smell like cat piss. This is what you would think if you read this very tiny world on these kind of, is 4chan still a thing, or are they dead? But, you would really think that women are having a hard time finding men as they get older. And I'm just saying to myself, like, when does this happen? When do men stop bothering you and asking you out? Is this something that people really experience? I mean, honestly, I don't think I know any woman that has trouble finding a good man. Finding a good one, that's another story. It's a matter of taste and the type of people you're picking. Okay. But I do not believe that it is hard to find a man. I wish I was straight. Oh my God. If I was straight, I wouldn't have to lift a fucking finger. It would be a beautiful life being straight. Like, straight women have no idea how fucking easy they have it. Because imagine having to deal with fucking lesbians after the LGBTQ-FU crusade. After all of these men have crusaded the LGBTQ-FU, and then you have all of these lesbians protecting these straight men, like the most depraved men that exist. Not only are they defending these men, but then they're identifying with them, right? Like, we're all part of this big umbrella that is LGBT queer. I said I wasn't going to be bad about the keer thing. So I will hold myself to that. Only because of that person that wrote in. She was very lovely, and she was, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into that again, but, it's only because of you, bitch. Anyway, so I haven't taken this gum out of my mouth, not even once. How disgusting is that to just turn on the mic? You don't even take the gum out of your mouth. Let me take it out. So, I did end up single because, there wasn't a relationship that could last through my mother's illness. That it was an extraordinarily long illness, and I was hands-on, all in it, caretaker, and I was just kind of, I'm sure it was very unhealthy. But so, yeah, I guess what I was really saying is, like, even my mom, she was in her 60s at the time, so she was in there through most of her 60s, and she was falling apart. Even in her most dilapidated state, men were up her fucking ass. She even had some kind of weird experience with a woman, and I was like, bitch, I don't want to fucking hear nothing, because I'm going to vomit. All I know is one day I went in to see my mom, and she was, with this woman, and they were talking and everything. And then by that time, she was already living on Mars. My mother already made the visits around the planets by that time. She was like a ping pong ball on every planet. She was here today, tomorrow she's on fucking Jupiter. She was so funny though. But yeah, and then she said something to me like, and I'll never forget this. She was like, yeah, she, wanted to see me, or I saw her or something. And then she said, I don't know, I've never felt like this before. And I was like, oh, no, you don't, bitch. I am not doing fucking therapy with you, trying to make my mother a fucking lesbo because she's in this place lonely. Not happening, bitch. But so, just in general, men do not give a fuck how old you are. If they find you attractive, men do not fucking care. I promise you. They do not fucking care how old you are. That is a myth. And it's also a lie that's being perpetrated online. But in real life, there is no shortage of men. They're fucking everywhere. They don't care how old you are. They don't care how young they are. So if you're afraid of aging or something like that, men aren't going to want you. This is for the straight ladies. The way they talk, you would think bitches must be alone, So I'm going to marry Jerry, and we'll talk about straight things. I'll figure it out. So the sex will be lacking. Okay. At least I don't have to hear about how I'm a bad person because I don't identify with 62-year-old men wearing dresses. I probably took in about, I don't know how many calories. It was probably 50, 60 calories just with these candies and the gum. I shouldn't have done that. Tropical adventure. It's so silly because I did this because I said, oh, when you want just a little taste, you could just throw 1 or 2 of them in your mouth and you'll be satisfied. But that's not what happens. It opens up the craving. I got to stay away from these things because I feel like there's drugs in them that make you want more. I just want to say that I'm having a little bit of an issue. So I'm on my way to the gym, but I had to stop and I wanted to record this. I don't know why. I just wanted to. Of course, these things only happen to me. There's this woman in the gym. She starts talking to me in the sauna. I go there because the amenities are very, very clean in this gym. And she starts talking to me in the sauna. Like, don't start a whole entire goddamn conversation with me when I'm in the sauna. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to open up my arteries. I'm trying to exfoliate. I'm trying to get a little bit of a facial as well. But then there's I happen to attract weird stalkers. I feel like this has just been my lot in life, that I attract people who are very aggressive. She wants to sell me this oil. Oh, it healed this other person. She couldn't move whatever in years, and now she's this, and this oil. She gives me the fucking oil. It does absolutely nothing for me. So she gives me her fucking email, her phone number. She almost gave me her fucking address. Jesus Christ, I just met you, and we're both naked in the locker room. I feel like her body was imposing on me, like she's imposing her breasts. So I sent her an email like, oh, thanks, but I think, my stuff isn't going to be healed by some bullshit fucking oil, I wanted to say. But anyway, the next time I see her, she's like, oh, it seems like you didn't want to be bothered. And I was like, why are you saying that? When people have problems and you're trying to sell them bullshit, that's kind of like not a nice thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And then they want to talk about doctors or this, doctors or that. How are you any better? Not really. That's what I want to say. Anyway. So then I come out and I'm like, I'm not going in the whirlpool because she's right in that area, because she wouldn't leave that fucking area. And I was like, just take a shower and go home, right? So I take a beautiful shower. So then I hear the door, right? Like it goes boom. And I said, oh, she must have left. So I peek over. So I jumped into the whirlpool, right? Like I took a nice dip and I enjoyed myself in the whirlpool. And then I see her walking across from wherever. I think she went into the shower and she was going to her locker. And I was like, oh my God, she's going to see me. And then she's going to now know that I'm really avoiding her. There's no hiding that I'm avoiding you now, because I left when she was sitting there. I left as if, oh, I'm not doing this. And she kind of knows my routine because she's a psycho stalker. So then I kind of went to the other side of the whirlpool because I was like, maybe she won't see me, but it's impossible. I knew she could see me. But then I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Dip in the water and fucking vanish like a fucking ninja and go underwater and drown myself. I'll end up drowning or passing out underwater because I'm trying to hide from her. I could have just went into the whirlpool, and when she talked to me, I could have been not nice. I could have ignored her. There's a whole bunch of things I could have done that I see people doing to each other all the time that I would never do, because that's my worst nightmare, is to be rude to somebody or hurt someone's feelings, because then I'll think about that fucking person that I hardly know. I'll think about them for 3 fucking months and I'll beat up on myself for being mean to them. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I'm probably talking too much, but I'm hiding from one of the other members in the gym. I'm trying to hide in the whirlpool. Who gets themselves into that? I feel like only women are this fucking stupid. Do men hide from each other? Are they afraid to see the other guy and then they fucking hide in the fucking whirlpool? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just a dumb woman, a dumb lady thing to do. So the other day, I'm in the steam room trying to get my relaxation on, and she fucking comes in there. I don't even think she wears underwear. That's another story. I don't want to know anything about it. But, and then the minute I walk in, I open up the door, she starts yapping about how one of the girls that cleans the locker room, she complained that she took too many towels. And she went on a tirade for the entire time that I was in there, for 10, minutes. She didn't shut up, not even once. And I'm saying I'm going to have to come at a different time. I can't come when she's here because she's a maniac. She's really a maniac. But these are the people, they find me. Do you know what I mean? It's these kind of people that have absolutely no boundaries whatsoever. You know, like they trample all over my boundaries. And I have a problem with that, with the boundaries thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's going to be solved in this lifetime without becoming just a straight cunt. I don't know how, you go from being prey. I feel like fucking prey with these people, these animals. She's an animal. So that's what happened. I would love to be one of those people that just does, like, sometimes those ladies, they just do violent things. And you're like, oh my God, she's crazy. Like, I wish that I was one of those people that you see on, like, a meme on TikTok, like, where they just, like, completely fucking lose their shit. And then they, like, slap somebody. And then there's, like, I wish that I could, like I relate to those people. Because sometimes people just shit on your head. Do you know what I'm saying? They just shit down your throat. And they deserve maybe, like, a slap, But, we live in a civilized society, right? We're all civilized people here. We don't do these kind of things. But my mind tells me otherwise. My mind wishes that I was a different kind of person. Yeah, in my mind, I live a different life than, how I behave. If you could just let shit out like the people on all of these memes that you see on all these socials, I feel like those people are probably healthier than people who keep it together all the time. But Beverly needs to leave me alone. That's her name, Beverly. She needs to leave me alone. I'm very nice to her, but I kind of run from her. She probably is used to that, I imagine. Anyway, thank you for listening. I don't know what I even said, but thank you for being here. It's always a delight. All right, bye.